We're going to be doing some differentiation, and we're going to start with something easy. So let's say that we have the function f of x is equal to some constant, and we'll say 5. And we're asked to find, and I'm not going to write this out every time, but we want to find f prime of x. So what we're going to do is we're going to use what's called the constant rule. So we're going to say f prime of x is equal to, now 5 is a constant, and the derivative of 5 is 0. So we're going to be focusing on strictly the mechanics of finding the derivative of these functions. So there's a geometric argument. If you were to graph this function out and look at the slope of the tangent line at any given point on this graph, and you'll see that the slope is 0. Okay, so we're just going to be looking at the functions and taking derivatives of them, and that's pretty much what we're going to do. I'm not going to display any graphs and look at it geometrically, okay? Alright, so this is known as the constant rule. We have the derivative of the constant. Okay, well, let's move right on here and look at some more examples. Let's say that, for example, we had y and it was equal to 7. Okay, and we are asked to find dy over dx. Okay, this notation here is the same thing. We're going to take the derivative of this guy. It's just different notation. Alright, so we would say dy. Now we notice that there's no x over here. Okay, there's not an x. This says with respect to x, but there's not an x. But I'm going to write dy over dx is equal to 0. So the derivative of a constant is 0. So I'm going to go through several different ways that we can ask this using a different notation here. If we were to ask to find y prime, okay, this would be the same thing. We could say y prime also is equal to 0. Okay, so there's different ways of asking how to find the derivative of a function. Okay, that really was an equation there, but anyway, we won't get into all that. If I have, for example, f of x is equal to x plus 1, and I'm asked to find f prime of x. Okay, this time we're going to add another rule to this. So we know this is a constant here, and we take the derivative of a constant, we get 0. But what we don't know is how do we take the derivative of x? Well, there's a 1 up here in the power, okay, but it's not written out. This is known as the power rule. You take the 1, bring it out front, take whatever's up here in the power, bring it out front, rewrite, and then if I subtract 1 from this up here, this power, I get, well, I'll just write it out longhand here. F prime of x is equal to, okay, so I subtracted 1 from the power, and we need to rewrite this. This is going to be 1 times x to the 0, but anything raised to the 0, okay, is going to be 1, and 1 times 1 is 1. So as we can see here that the derivative of our original f of x, the derivative of x plus 1, is 1. If I had f of x is equal to x squared, and we wanted to find f prime of x, we say f prime of x is equal to, we take the 2 out front, and there we go. subtracting 1 from the exponent.